I don't think I can do it. What if I can't? What if I don't? What if I fail?
I don't wanna leave you to the long September sun. A songless summer in our ear, but it was winter on our tongues. There's no spigot for our blood flow, my baby. There's no telling why we care. There's no medicine for circumstance, but my voice will be right there. Yeah, my voice will be right there. Porcelain on the morning, roses.
Easy up today. Nice and fun coming down today.
Morning comes, its shadows rise like bruises of the night.
When I first started the climb up Snow King, before I saw the fires burning, I could smell this intense smoke. I could feel it burning in my throat. And with the snow coming down, I was like, wow, this is really making the huge wildfire that we've had for the last 6 weeks really smoldering. And I couldn't believe how strong and how intense it was. And then I turned the corner and saw they were doing some burning during the snowfall. So we're gonna light your fire today and talk about 2025 goals. As we approach winter, some days it's gonna be really tough to get out. I was sitting there watching the wind blow, watching the snow come down. I was actually kind of excited, but it's kind of the first day of the season, right? So it gets you kind of excited. So what's gonna get you excited? What's gonna be that fire that's burning inside you kind of right in the middle of winter when it's not so new? We often hear having that perfect goal, having the proper goal is something that excites you, something that maybe scares you. But how do we go about this? How do we battle the mental thoughts that naturally come when we start to brainstorm on a potential big goal that may really scare us? Because initially, human nature, our first line of defense to keep ourselves safe is to automatically go, wow, yeah, that really excites me, but I don't think I can do it. And more importantly, what if I can't? What if I don't? What if I fail? And that's where the hesitation comes in, and that's where we either back off on that big goal or get frustrated with trying to come up with a goal to begin with, because we're trying to answer the question first. And the process of starting and implementing a goal is only to start the question, what if? I don't think I can do it. What if I can't? What if I don't? What if I fail? One of my last videos, I talked about how important leg stiffness is. And sometimes you just got to work with Mother Nature and come up with ways to achieve something that day when it gets sloppy, it gets slippery, it snows, it gets windy, and maybe what you had scheduled that day kind of goes out the window a little bit. So as I'm running up Snow King, I'm stopping at a clean section of the road and doing downhill repeats to train for leg stiffness. So using the gravity to create a quicker eccentric landing and takeoff is great for training leg stiffness, but you have to keep proper foot strike. You don't want to overstride because you're running really fast now and heel strike. Check out my how to run downhill video. It'll spell it all out, but we never want to run so fast that gravity pulls us into a mistake and heel strike. So that first step in creating an awesome goal is to do everything you were taught not to do in school by those teachers. You weren't supposed to just sit and gaze out the window and daydream. Daydreaming has such a negative association with it, but that's what we need to do. We need to first start gazing out the window, listen to our thoughts while we're out running, and daydream about that huge goal that gets you excited. It starts there. And as you start this daydreaming, see it as practice. See it as practice of catching your thinking, because as you daydream, you're gonna start to solve the question while you're daydreaming. And the whole purpose of daydreaming is, one, to make it fun and think big and grandiose, but to start practicing catching yourself trying to solve the question. Because again, while you're daydreaming, if you start to try to solve the question, the problem, the goal, while you're daydreaming, you're gonna stop, you're gonna halt and retreat. You're gonna run back down the hill. And when that thinking does pop in, those fears pop in about whether you can answer that question or not, just smile and move past it and say, oh, there it is. I expected you, I'm moving past it. I'm learning from it. Why do I have a fear of needing to know the answer? That's the root. That's where you gotta go. Keep brainstorming. So remember, this is just step one of formulating those goals for you. Take the next week to daydream while you're out running. Daydreaming when you have the moment in time where you can daydream, whether you're commuting, whenever it is, you can just let your mind wander. And without any fears or thinking, and start developing maybe 3, 4, 5 goals that really excite you. And then step two, for each one of those goals that excite you, and these are just ideas right now, come up with 2 to 3 reasons why right now you can't achieve those goals.
Still this moment with you glimmers like silver in the sunlight of my mind.
And then I want you to look at all those reasons why you can't and start to visualize yourself. Close your eyes, visualize yourself getting excited about those bullet points that most excite you to create a strategy around to overcome. Make this visualization as detailed as possible. It's almost like creating a movie in the timeline in your head. See yourself waking up and getting out the door and doing some of the strategic runs that are really going to help you overcome those hurdles that you got excited about overcoming. See yourself in the dead of winter out there when no one else is out there, doing intervals, doing hill repeats, whatever it is that's going to lead you on the path to your summit of your goal and overcoming those hurdles. And as you visualize these bullet points, these hurdles, you're gonna see yourself start to get excited about specific ones. And when that happens, that's your clue to start gravitating towards that big goal that those hurdles fall underneath.
Just a windsock now. I feel the future just moving through me. When will we preside?
All right, I'm approaching the summit, getting a little windy. Step number 3, as you start to gravitate towards this one big goal through your excitement, through your visualization, start to think about 3 words that describe the characteristics, the person you need to be, the runner you need to be to overcome those challenges. 3 words. And these 3 words, they're gonna serve as your mantra. When it starts to snow, when it starts to get cold, when you don't want to get out of bed, when things get challenging, which inevitably will, based on your goals, these are what's gonna get you out that door. This mantra is gonna remind you of your excitement and that it's your choice. And the key to achieving your goals is when it gets challenging, always remind yourself it's your choice. Once we realize it's a choice, not a have to, not drudgery, it makes things way easier to get out the door. And these 3 words, this mantra, they are your training companion that will always be with you for you to draw upon to get you through the challenges and the difficulties of achieving your dream. The trick is remembering to use them because they work.
Morning comes, its shadows rise like bruises of the night. Porcelain on the morning of my life. I would love your every way.
And then to pull the trigger, hit send, do that registration, make it official, and then let it ride, let it flow. Over and out from the Snow King downhill, Jackson Hole, Born to Run World. See you guys.